Hello everyone and welcome back, and this will be your general weekly reading for the sign of Pisces for the week of February 2nd. And at this time I'd like to give a very special thank you to each and every one of you out there who have been subscribing to my channel and helping it grow. Thank you so much for that, as well as all the thumbs up on all the videos that you've watched. And of course the lovely comments. It is so nice to read them. I do truly appreciate them. So thank you. It definitely makes my week to know that you guys are appreciating the readings. Thank you for letting me know that. Okay. And so getting to enjoy yourself a little bit. Some fruits of your labor. Now this is good fortune, money coming in. This is, a dream come true, something that you've wanted for a long time and you finally are allowing yourself to accept it. Now that can be many things. Maybe you're purchasing something for yourself that you've wanted to do for a long time, take a trip somewhere, but you're rewarding yourself for all that you have accomplished and the hard work that it took to do it as well. So that is really nice to see, that you're finally allowing yourself, instead of always taking care of everyone else, you're finally allowing yourself to enjoy a little bit of the fruits of your own labor. And you don't do that very often. And the Ace of Swords. Yeah, starting something new, fresh, and exciting. You're feeling stumped for a while, but now you're starting to enjoy yourself, feel more inspired to get something going. You know, you're having a heart-to-heart with some people that you have in your life. You know, just clear the air. Something has, gone under your skin for a while, and you're realizing that you want it to go away, and the only way you can let it go is by saying something and taking action. And that's what you're doing this week. You got a problem. You'll sleep on it. You'll figure out how you're going to handle it, what you're going to say, and then you'll begin. So you're starting something totally new, or finishing something up because you want to begin this new journey. And the Queen of Pentacles. So financially doing okay. Your bank accounts are starting to grow. You're really starting to realize where you've had some leakage in financial ways. So you're dealing with it. You're making some good investments for yourself. You're keeping your options open, no matter what it may be to you. You're just at the beginning of something. You've thought about it, and you're realizing, hey, you only live once, not twice. So you're hunting down the best things that suit you, what makes you happy. That can be purchasing something, visiting people, whatever it happens to be. But you're making sure that it is going to last for the long haul. So if you're purchasing something, you're making sure you're definitely getting your money's worth in all realm, whether it's a home, a vehicle, a piece of furniture. But it's a good card for you. This could be you starting a new business as well, like literally starting your own enterprise. Just something that makes you happy to do. It's not so much you're doing it for the reward part of it, like the financial reward of it. It's just something that you like, so it makes you want to do it. And the Ten of Rods. Yeah, moving away from something that no longer serves you. Letting go of some responsibilities that have been hanging on to you for a while now. And realizing that, hey, it's okay to take a new path, to try something different. Stop taking care of everybody else's issues and problems and begin your own journey. What makes you happy, So that's where you're at this week. You're starting a whole new process for yourself. And you're doing it just because you want to. Yeah, the Tower card. Something happened. And it really showed you what's around you. People, places, and things. And it showed its true colors. Like there's a sudden change here. and you are no longer willing to ignore it. Hence why the sword's there as well. This is your awakening. You have a sudden insight of how things are actually going to, come around to. So you're already changing your course, fixing something. Problems you're solving. You're setting yourself up for success and moving away from problems. Yeah, the Knight of Rods. So definitely moving away from problems. This is you taking a new adventure. Excelling at something totally different from what you ever expected you would be doing. Some of you, may be taking a trip, like by vehicle or motorcycle, just a vacation, something just for yourself. And you're doing it, on your own as well. But wow, there's all kinds of potential here for trips, good times. You're definitely feeling impulsive, and you're trying to curb that a little bit because you know your own self that you would do something and then won't be so happy that you did it in the future. So you're definitely curbing that pulse of you. The impulse have awakened, but count to 3. Give yourself that little bit of breathing room before you take, anything too serious. Wow. Yeah. And the 4 of Pentacles. So definitely watching your finances. Some people call it the miser card. I do not. I call it, the wisdom one. You're smart enough to know to hang on to your finances and not frugally waste it away because it didn't come to you easily. And you're realizing that you want more in the future. You want to hang on to the pleasures and what you have. So you've been, calming yourself down for a long time, like not doing anything hasty or going anywhere. But I think you're starting to feel the twinge of, wanting to get moving again, do something different. Something really did change in your life, in your home life, your job. And it really helped you to awaken, yourself out of that sleep that you've been in for a while. Ooh, and the Ace of Pentacles, very nice. Now that could be a windfall of some sort for some of you, so congratulations on that. Unexpected finances coming in that will help you and aid you for your future. Something you wanted to do for a long time. But you are feeling okay with this, like you really are. This is tangible goods, material gains, maybe you've been trying to take care of yourself and your health and your wealth. So you're starting that part of you. You're not allowing your dreams to fade anymore. You want to get moving on something with this. So, this is the yes card from the universe saying, here it is. What are you going to do with it? You planted the seed. Are you going to follow through? But it looks like for many of you, you really want to take a trip somewhere. Maybe you've had an invitation to go somewhere and you just sort of turned it down or thought about it and went, nah, that sort of thing. But now you're moving on it. You're decided that it's time to embark on something different. And the 5 of Rods. Look at the competition. Arguments, disagreements, everybody trying to outshow each other, trying to, one up, win over, that sort of thing. And you've just decided you're done with that sort of thing in your life. You're not participating in that. You're removing yourself. You're realizing that although you are not content where you are at, you will wait until the dust settles, and then you'll make your move. Yeah, the Star card. Definitely making a decision to carry forward for yourself. There's hope here. There's faith. You're believing in yourself. The future looks good. There's good omens around you telling you, you're doing the right thing at the right time. You're feeling more inspired about trying something. And you're just at the beginning of it. So I really like that. And the High Priestess, yeah, look at the calmness. understanding things are actually starting to move in your direction, feeling more complete, more fulfilled, feeling more calm, and realizing that you're supported. You have plenty of support here. You're trusting in yourself. You're feeling inspired. You have, a really high standards of what it is that your expectations are going forward for yourself in the future. And that helps to calm you down, to help you to know that not only are you supported, but you're moving in the right direction for yourself. You're not asking anybody's opinion. In some cases, not discussing it. You just feel it's time. That sort of mentality for yourself. Yeah, look at that. The Fool card, starting fresh, starting anew, revolution for yourself, moving forward, understanding it's time for you to move on something totally new. This is a new beginning. All the possibilities are here for yourself. You're trusting that your life is going in the right way. Yes, maybe some of you has a little bit of blind faith, but this new adventure is going to give you the opportunities for not only pleasure, but fulfillment for yourself, understanding which way you want to go, who you want around you in your life, and you're doing it with a more free-spirited thing. And yeah, you just feel excited about this new beginning, and you just want to get moving. And I don't blame you. And the 3 of Pentacles, look at that. Communications, collaboration, you're fitting in well. There may be somebody coming towards you to, seek your expertise in something, get some answers, get a little more clarity. Perhaps ask you to go into business with them, and you're doing your homework on it. You're not just saying no, but you're really looking into it to see whether it's plausible or not before you give a answer to this, nay or yay. You're just sort of doing your homework right now, seeing what's going on. And you really do, when you decide to do something, you really do your homework on it. You're very thorough, I guess is the words I'm looking for. But you're got your head down right now. You're contemplating and digging deep on the answers that you want to this before you make your decision. But there's definitely a good community coming in for you. All right, let's see what else the week has in store. But it looks like you guys have really had to make a decision here. One that's been weighing on you for a long time. You just finally decided that enough is enough, and making that decision going forward, knowing that it'll work out. You have that sort of cavalier attitude about this. But that's always been you. It always happens that way for you. And it does work itself out. And you're very much aware of that. Yeah, the Hermit, going within, finding your answers and clarity, realizing that it's time to make a decision, but you want to do it knowing you're doing the right thing, not questioning it later for your future. So you're taking a little bit of sabbatical, going within, checking your surroundings, people around you, doing your homework, and it will help you to get that clarity you've been looking for. Okay. Opposing goals arising from defying options, feeling at odds with yourself or others, overly ambitious people. And on that note, I will say goodbye for now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will definitely talk to you again next week. Bye for now.